Now, recently, we are all aware of the conflict which is going on in the Strait of Hormuz region, okay, that is the West Asia conflict. But the reports are pointing out, an explained page has appeared in Indian Express today, that this conflict is not just going to impact the oil and the gas import which India used to do, but it is also going to negatively impact some of our core industries. Let's just understand what are these core industries. This particular topic you can associate with the prelim segment, that is current events of national and international importance. Now, when I say West Asia as a region, which all countries it actually includes? So, it basically includes the 6 countries of Gulf Cooperation Council countries, that is Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and UAE. And it also include other regional economies, that is Iran, Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria and Yemen. Okay, now we all know that the Iran has choked this vital choke point, that is Strait of Hormuz, and this is going to result in a wider global supply shock. Why? Because 20% of the world's total oil supply pass through this particular Strait of Hormuz region. And when you talk about India, we are also dependent upon the energy imports from here. So 55% of India's oil import is coming from this particular region, and 50% of India's LNG imports is also sourced from countries like Qatar, and which also passes through this Strait of Hormuz region. Now, presently, although the government has assured that we have adequate stock of the oil and the gas, but keeping this West Asia conflict in mind, the Indian refiners have started purchasing discounted crude oil from Russia. Now, which all core industries are getting impacted because of the West Asia conflict which is going on? Let's try and understand. So, first is the diamond. Because when it comes to India, we are a major exporter of gems and jewelry, but it's not like we have huge diamond reserves. Okay, we used to import 40% of the rough diamonds from this West Asia region, and then what we do, we cut the diamond, we do the polishing and on, okay, and then we export that. So diamond industry is going to get impacted, gems and jewelry is going to get impacted. Then our construction related industries are also going to get impacted, because we used to import more than 60% of the limestone and gypsum from West Asia region. Then it is also going to negatively impact the fertilizer industry also, because we used to import more than 60% of the sulphur which is used to make sulfuric acid, and which is vital for fertilizer industries and several chemical based industries as well. And lastly, it is also going to negatively impact the steel making industry. Why? Because we used to import this direct reduced iron from West Asia region. What is this direct reduced iron? So here you are going to remove the iron, this oxygen from the iron ore. How? By using reduces gases. Reducing gases like hydrogen, like carbon monoxide, and we will not allow this iron ore to melt. Okay, so we will be removing the oxygen from iron oxides by using these reducing gases, that is hydrogen and carbon monoxide, and we will be converting that into metallic iron without ensuring the melting of the iron ore. Okay, that is what is reduced iron. And other point that you need to know is from the location point of view. So when I talk about Strait of Hormuz, what is strait? First of all, a narrow water body which connects two large water bodies. So Strait of Hormuz basically connect your Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman. And which are the countries which share the border with this? So it is your Iran, and here you can see it is Oman, and here you have UAE. Now, nowadays if you see the pattern of the question being asked by UPSC, they are also asking this thing, that why this particular place was in news. Okay, so let's just look into what are the other context in which this Strait of Hormuz was in news time and again. So last year what happened? The Strait of Hormuz was in news. Why? Because the two crude oil tankers, that is Front Eagle and Adelan, they collided with each other. Okay, so this was one region, and it was also news because of Operation Sankalp, which is being done by the Indian Navy, and this is a operation that we are doing since 2019 to basically ensure safe passage of the vessels which are linked with India somehow, okay, because of the conflict which time and again erupts in this particular region. Okay, so it was in news not just because of this conflict which is going on between USA and Iran, it was also in news because of this collision of two oil tankers, and it was also in news because of the Operation Sankalp. Okay, they can also ask you this question, that Operation Sankalp is related to what thing. Okay, that's all that we need to know with respect to this particular topic. Let's move on to the next one.